Wassup Minecrafters, Koala here. In this video, I'll be going over 5 ways the Hive has changed since its release. First, let's talk about Skywars, which was originally released in 2020. In the first day of Skywars, the bridging blocks were concrete and wooden planks, but just 24 hours later, it was changed to andesite, which personally I prefer. And did you know that in the first day after Skywars release, ender chests in the centre of the map didn't even exist, and diamond ores used to drop useless diamond tools? I have to say, I'm glad the Hive fixed this early on. Within the next few months, Skywars was growing rapidly in popularity, bringing loads of new players to the Hive. Apart from a few small patch updates, like fixing the overpowered fire sword and turning it into the Sword of Embers, nothing else really happened. The knockback Nemo was added, along with crumbling cobblestone, and that now brings us to 2021, where we received a huge update, adding 75 levels, Skywars kits and Skywars megas, new maps and new cosmetics. But it has now been over a year since we last had a Skywars update, so hopefully we will get a new content update soon. But it's still really cool to see how much Skywars has evolved over the years. Now let's talk about Treasure Wars, or should I say Dragon Wars. According to an old Hive blog post, they were planning on adding a game mode called Dragon Wars, but they later changed the name to Treasure Wars. The game originally had 20 levels and was pretty simple. But then came the first big content update, increasing the max level to 50, adding new maps and new cosmetics. In the early days of Treasure Wars, the shop prices were very different. For example, bows used to cost only 1 diamond, and diamond armor was 16 emeralds. For the next few years, Treasure Wars received some minor updates, along with the addition of a regular boombox item, which only existed in the game for 24 hours before it was then removed. In 2021, Prestige was added to Treasure Wars, along with some new items like Chorus Fruit and Full Boots. But like Skywars, it has now been over a year since we have received an update. But we do know that the Hive are working on Treasure Wars seasons, which sounds really cool and might even add some new features to the game, like potions, enchantments and island upgrades. Survival games has a very interesting history. When it was first released, the Hive had many plans with this game mode. For example, they were planning to add 20 new levels immediately after its release, and the addition of stat track hub titles. But survival games quickly died and hasn't received an update in a very long time. Some other notable changes to the game include the removal of golden nuggets, as seen in the inventory of a player in this screenshot from the Hive's Twitter, and the change in texture of the chests, which were originally going to look very different. But like the other PvP game modes, survival games hasn't had an update in several years, so fingers crossed we get a survival games update in 2023. Now, there are a lot more games on the Hive, but most of them have barely changed. All the arcade games are still pretty new, Death Run and Murder Mystery had a small content update last year, and the other games are basically the same. I really hope that in 2023 we get some more game updates, adding new levels, cosmetics and maps, new items, and maybe even new features to make the games feel more unique. Finally, I want to talk about the Hive Hub, which has evolved so much over the years. Originally being a small island with only 3 game NPCs, now it has so much there to explore, from seasonal scavenger hunts to all the secret hub titles and the awesome arcade hub. I would love to see some more updates to the Hive Hub in the future, along with the Questmaster version 2. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe and join my Discord server. Link in the description. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.